And you say a lot of the money you're going to save is from leaving Europe. Do you have any other policies to do with the economy that isn't to do with Europe?
Yes, we've got several policies, in fact. We want to do away with national insurance contributions. We want to introduce a flat tax. We want people on the minimum wage that get above the threshold of 11,500. They wouldn't have to pay tax. And we think that would regenerate money into the system, so people would be employed. And more businesses will start off, and there'll be a culture then of people getting into work and staying in work. That's what we believe. What the other parties are saying are basically lies, because until we leave the European Union, we're handcuffed into all this regulation, which is going to get worse as time goes on. Now the Lisbon Treaty's gone through, and it's just going to get far worse. I think the time has come to have a referendum on the EU.
What can you offer voters in Wales specifically?
We can offer hope, really, in a sense, because I think a lot of people are concerned about too many politicians. Our other policy is that we abolish the Welsh Assembly, which will come into effect next year's election. Our campaign for that. But it's key that we've got too many politicians. At the moment, there's roughly 8 politicians representing one person in Wales. I've got 5 Assembly members looking after me, 1 MP, an MEP, and county councillors. There's too many politicians. So I think we're saying that we want to cut back on that, cut back on red tape, and have a huge reduction. That's what's needed.
Surely abolishing the Welsh Assembly government means less power for Wales?
No, not at all. What we want to do then is 40 MPs at the moment. They've got a bobby job, most of them, because they're doing part-time work. They're getting full pay for it. They've got AMs doing work which have been devolved down across the bay there. What we want them to do is the MPs to be in London for 3 weeks a month and 1 week in Cardiff. The same will apply to the Scottish MPs as well. We get rid of the MSPs as well, so forth. And then the English MPs will meet as a group as well. So there'll be plenty of work, I think, to decide on. With the funding that we have then from the European Union, we should have money which we'll have back. We could then spend that as we wish in Wales. Certainly Wales is a poor country in very many areas. The money needs to be spent.
As part of this week's Dragon's Eye programme, we're going around the country asking people what they'd ask the voters if they had the opportunity face-to-face to ask them. And one person said, healthcare. What are you going to do with healthcare?
Sure. With healthcare, we're going to guarantee that we're going to keep the frontline services. But we will cut back on bureaucracy. There's a huge amount of bureaucracy with targets and so forth in the health sector. That needs sorting out. But we're not going to cut frontline services.
After the 6th of May, what are your hopes for the election? What are you hoping will be the outcome for UKIP?
Okay, we've been building up from a very low base over the years. If you look at the results in the last year's European elections, we beat the Lib Dems in Montgomeryshire from all places. We've done very well over the whole of Wales. I believe that we'll do very well this time round. And just outside of Wales, in England, I think Nigel Farage will possibly win the seat in Buckingham. We could get our first MP elected. That will be the process and the way forward. And then running into next year's Welsh Assembly elections, where I'm confident we'll get success there as well.
John, thanks a lot. Cheers.